As men cross the age of 50, the body begins to whisper signals that it once shouted effortlessly. Energy dips lower, recovery slows down, and one of the most noticeable changes appears first thing in the morning, literally. Morning wood, once a consistent sign of healthy blood flow and strong hormonal function, becomes less frequent. And for many men, this shift feels like a warning that their vitality is slipping. But the truth is far more encouraging. Your body is capable of remarkable restoration when you give it the right blend of nourishment, timing, and nightly support. Every man deserves to wake up feeling firm, energized, and confident, yet the biggest obstacle after 50 is not desire, it is biology. Testosterone begins to decline at a steady pace, and blood vessels lose elasticity, stress becomes chronic, sleep becomes shallow, and circulation slows down. These factors combine like a quiet storm, reducing the body's natural ability to deliver those strong morning erections that once came easily. But there is one simple nighttime habit that can transform the way your system repairs itself. Taking a scientifically supported powder before bed that fuels nitric oxide boosts blood flow and relaxes the smooth muscles responsible for firm erections. This powder is not magic, it is biology. A combination of natural ingredients such as L-arginine, beetroot powder, magnesium glycinate, and tart cherry extract work together overnight. While you sleep, your body increases nitric oxide production, widens blood vessels, and deepens REM cycles that are essential for healthy testosterone and strong nocturnal erections. Instead of fighting your age, you are teaching your body to work with it. Men who take this mixture before bed often notice a return of those early morning signs of vitality within weeks, not because the powder creates erections, but because it restores the internal processes that make them possible. Quality sleep and improved blood flow are two pillars of sexual health. When you nourish your system before bedtime, you give your body the raw materials it needs during its most restorative hours. That means stronger circulation, calmer nerves, deeper rest, and fewer nighttime cortisol spikes that starve the body of testosterone. Over time, this nightly routine becomes a powerful signal to your endocrine system. It's time to rebuild, and when rebuilding happens consistently, the morning results are unmistakable. Men over 50 often believe they must accept diminishing vitality as part of aging, but this isn't the full story. You can support your body, strengthen your performance, and reclaim that sense of masculine energy without extreme medications or painful interventions. A simple, science-backed nighttime powder routine can help you wake up feeling as alive as you once did. The key is consistency, the right nutrients, and respecting the way your body repairs itself. Give it what it needs. Let your nights work for your mornings. Taking a nitric oxide boosting powder before bed may sound like a simple habit, but for men over 50, it becomes a powerful biological strategy that works with the body's natural rhythm instead of fighting against it. When you take this powder at night, you are capitalizing on the hours when your system does its deepest repair work. Most men don't realize that the body produces the majority of its nitric oxide and testosterone during sleep, and these two factors are absolutely essential for achieving strong morning erections. Nighttime is when the cardiovascular system slows down, muscles relax, and the brain shifts into recovery mode. By supplying the body with nutrients that enhance nitric oxide production before bedtime, you give your cells the raw materials they need right at the moment they are most receptive. Nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for opening your blood vessels. When it increases, blood can flow more freely and more forcefully into the tissues of the penis. This is why young men often wake up with strong erections. Their nitric oxide levels are naturally higher and their blood vessels respond instantly. But after 50, nitric oxide production drops dramatically. The blood vessels become stiffer and the body struggles to push blood into the genital area with the same strength it once did. By taking a powder designed to enhance nitric oxide at night, you help reverse this decline and restore the fluidity and responsiveness of your blood vessels. Over time, this increased circulation becomes noticeable in the morning when you wake up with more firmness and frequency. Another powerful reason the bedtime timing is so effective is that many men over 50 experience heightened stress during the day, and stress directly shuts down nitric oxide production. The powder helps counter this by encouraging a more relaxed state at night. Ingredients such as beetroot, L-arginine, and magnesium help lower nighttime cortisol levels so your system can shift into a calm, restful condition. When cortisol is low, the body can produce more nitric oxide with ease. This is critical because elevated stress hormones not only harm sleep quality but also constrict blood vessels and weaken erectile strength. Taking the powder before sleep acts like a reset button that signals your cardiovascular system to relax, open up, and rejuvenate. Men often underestimate the role of sleep in sexual performance. Poor sleep leads to lower testosterone, reduced energy, and weaker erections. But when you nourish your body properly before bedtime, you enhance the depth and quality of sleep cycles. When sleep improves, everything else follows: hormone balance, circulation, nervous system calmness, and morning vitality. Each night becomes an opportunity for your body to rebuild itself. The powder you take becomes the fuel for that reconstruction process, ensuring your blood vessels, nerves, and muscles receive the support they need. This simple nighttime practice does not work like a stimulant or artificial enhancement. Instead, it strengthens the body's natural capacity. Over the course of several weeks, consistency produces visible results. Morning erections become firmer, more regular, and more satisfying because your system is functioning at a higher level. The nightly boost of nitric oxide accelerates the repairs your body is already trying to make, helping restore the vibrant male energy you once knew effortlessly. Ingredients like beetroot, L-arginine, and magnesium work together in a way that directly supports stronger morning erections, especially for men over 50 whose circulation and smooth muscle function have naturally slowed down. These ingredients are not random supplements. They operate through clear biochemical pathways that become weaker with age. When taken before bed, they activate during the hours when the body produces the most nitric oxide, repairs the most tissue, and experiences the deepest blood vessel relaxation. This combination sets the stage for stronger, fuller, and more consistent morning erections because the body has the right tools to do what it is already designed to do. Beetroot powder is one of the most powerful nitric oxide boosters available from natural sources. It contains high levels of dietary nitrates that convert into nitric oxide inside your bloodstream. As men age, the enzymes that normally produce nitric oxide become less efficient, which is why so many older men experience weaker erections, slower recovery, colder hands and feet, and reduced stamina. Beetroot bypasses this decline by giving your body a shortcut: direct nitrate support, so you don't rely solely on those weakening enzymes. When beetroot is taken at night, your blood vessels widen gradually as you sleep, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to circulate through the entire body, including the arteries leading to the penis. By the time morning comes, the smooth muscles have already been supported with increased oxygen, making erections easier to trigger and maintain. L-arginine plays its own important role in this system. It is an amino acid that serves as a direct precursor to nitric oxide production. That means the body uses L-arginine as the raw material to create nitric oxide molecules. For younger men, arginine is naturally abundant and nitric oxide flows freely. But after 50, the conversion process slows down. Taking L-arginine before bed ensures that your bloodstream is filled with the building blocks required to generate nitric oxide during the hours when your body is doing the most cellular repair. When arginine levels rise overnight, your blood vessels become more elastic, more responsive, and more capable of supporting strong blood flow into erectile tissue. This leads to a more reliable and natural return of morning erections because the cardiovascular system is functioning at a higher level. Magnesium is the quiet but essential player in this combination. It relaxes the smooth muscles lining your blood vessels, reduces nighttime stress hormones, and helps balance nerve signals involved in sexual function. Many men over 50 are deficient in magnesium, and this deficiency contributes to poor sleep, anxiety, muscle tightness, and restricted blood flow. Magnesium taken before bed calms the nervous system and allows blood vessels to open more fully. This relaxation effect is crucial because erections depend on the ability of smooth muscle to relax enough for blood to rush into the penile chambers. When magnesium restores this ability, the body becomes more responsive to nitric oxide, and the combination creates a powerful improvement in erectile quality. Together, these ingredients work as a coordinated system that enhances circulation, fuels nitric oxide production, and supports smooth muscle relaxation. Over several weeks of nighttime use, men often feel stronger firmness in the morning, increased confidence, and a renewed sense of youthful vitality. Nighttime is the most effective window for this powder because the body naturally increases testosterone and nitric oxide production while you sleep, creating a biological environment that is perfectly aligned with stronger morning erections. Most men don't realize that the deepest hormonal and vascular repair doesn't happen during the day. It happens at night, especially during slow, wave, and REM sleep cycles. These restorative stages are when the male body resets its hormone levels, rebuilds tissues, restores blood vessels, and strengthens the cardiovascular pathways responsible for healthy erections. When you take a nitric oxide boosting powder before bed, you provide your body with precise nutrients at the exact time it needs them most. During sleep, testosterone begins to rise steadily, reaching its peak early in the morning. usually between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. This is why morning wood is considered a strong indicator of hormonal and vascular health. Testosterone fuels libido, energy, muscle repair, and erectile strength. However, as men age past 50, the nighttime rise of testosterone becomes much weaker. Stress, poor sleep quality, low nutrient intake, and declining nitric oxide all interfere with this natural hormonal cycle. By nourishing the body before bedtime with ingredients that calm the nervous system, open blood vessels, and boost nitric oxide, you make it easier for testosterone to rise as it should. This leads to a more consistent morning response because you're supporting the body's natural rhythm instead of working against it. Nitric oxide also follows its own nighttime cycle. While you sleep, the body increases its production of this important molecule, which is responsible for relaxing and widening blood vessels. Erections depend entirely on this process. Without enough nitric oxide, blood cannot fill the erectile chambers fully, and the result is either a weak erection or none at all. Nitric oxide acts like a key that unlocks the blood pathways, allowing blood to surge into the penis during nighttime and early morning erections. When you take a powder that contains ingredients like beetroot, L-arginine, or citrulline before bed, you elevate your nitric oxide levels right when your body is already trying to raise them. This synergy is what makes nighttime supplementation more effective than taking it in the afternoon or morning. Sleep is also the time when cortisol, the stress hormone, should drop to its lowest point. High cortisol levels crush testosterone, constrict blood vessels, and weaken morning erections. Unfortunately, many men over 50 go to bed with elevated cortisol because of stress, late night eating, irregular sleep schedules, or lack of relaxation. Taking a nighttime powder that includes magnesium or sleep supportive nutrients helps calm the brain and reduce cortisol levels, giving your hormonal system the chance to rebalance itself. With lower cortisol, your testosterone rises more easily and your blood vessels stay more flexible. The result is a stronger, more natural morning erection that reflects improved internal balance. The power of this nighttime routine comes from alignment, aligning supplementation with the body's strongest repair cycles. Instead of forcing anything artificial, you support what the body is already trying to do. Over time, this creates a noticeable shift. Morning erections become firmer and more frequent because your hormones, blood flow, and sleep chemistry are all working together smoothly. You're not just boosting one system, you're strengthening your entire male physiology during the hours when healing is most efficient. Poor sleep, high stress, and low magnesium levels are three of the biggest hidden contributors to weak morning erections in men over 50, and they often go unnoticed because their effects build slowly over time. Most men don't connect their daily fatigue, restless nights, or stress-filled routines with the quality of their sexual performance, yet these factors quietly sabotage the body's ability to produce testosterone, generate nitric oxide, and maintain healthy blood flow. When the body is overwhelmed by stress or deprived of proper rest, the systems responsible for erections begin to shut down, not because something is broken, but because the body is trying to conserve energy for basic survival. This is why restoring sleep quality, reducing stress, and correcting magnesium deficiency can dramatically improve morning erections without the need for harsh medications. Sleep is the foundation of male sexual health. During deep sleep, the brain triggers a surge in testosterone, repairs damaged blood vessels, and enhances nitric oxide production. This natural hormonal rise is what leads to strong morning erections even when there is no sexual stimulation. But as men age, sleep becomes lighter, shorter, and more fragmented. Many men over 50 wake up several times during the night without realizing it, and each interruption prevents the body from completing its essential repair cycles. When deep sleep is missing, testosterone decreases, nitric oxide drops, and blood flow becomes weaker. This is why men who sleep poorly often notice fewer or weaker morning erections. When you take a nighttime powder that supports relaxation, reduces cortisol, and enhances nitric oxide production, you help restore the deep, uninterrupted sleep that your hormones depend on. Stress is another silent enemy of male vitality. Even if a man doesn't feel outwardly stressed, the body may still be producing elevated cortisol, the stress hormone that directly suppresses testosterone. Cortisol and testosterone cannot rise at the same time. When one goes up, the other goes down. High cortisol not only weakens testosterone production but also constricts blood vessels, making it harder for blood to flow into the erectile tissue. Chronic stress also causes tension in the nervous system, which interferes with the communication between the brain and the arteries responsible for erections. This is why stressed men often experience physical signs of reduced sexual performance without understanding the cause. Taking a calming Nitric oxide boosting powder before bed helps relax the nervous system, allowing cortisol to drop so the body can recover. Low magnesium levels make this situation even worse. Magnesium is involved in more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including muscle relaxation, nerve signaling, sleep regulation, and nitric oxide production. Many men over 50 are deficient without knowing it, largely because modern diets lack magnesium. Rich foods and stress rapidly depletes magnesium reserves. When magnesium is low, muscles stay tense, blood vessels tighten, sleep becomes restless, and nitric oxide production declines. All these factors weaken morning erections. Taking magnesium at night replenishes the body's reserves, relaxes the blood vessels, and supports deeper sleep, creating the ideal conditions for stronger morning erections. By addressing poor sleep, high stress, and magnesium deficiency together, the body regains the balance it needs to restore firm, consistent morning erections. Over time, these improvements signal a profound return of male vitality and confidence. Consistency is the most important factor in seeing real, lasting results from this nighttime routine, because the male body, especially after 50, responds best to steady, repeated support rather than quick fixes. Many men expect instant results, but the systems responsible for strong erections don't operate like a switch. They respond gradually as blood vessels repair, hormones rebalance, and the nervous system calms down. Taking the powder one night and skipping the next won't allow these changes to accumulate. But when you nourish your body with nitric oxide boosting nutrients every single night, the improvements stack up quietly and powerfully until the results become noticeable in the morning. The male body thrives on routine. Nitric oxide production, testosterone release, sleep cycles, and cellular repair follow predictable rhythms. When you give the body the same nutrients at the same time every night, you support these rhythms and make them stronger. For example, nitric oxide levels gradually rise with repeated supplementation. The blood vessels become more elastic, more responsive, and better able to carry oxygen-rich blood. This doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly as the inner lining of the blood vessels, called the endothelium, receives consistent nourishment. Over time, this leads to better circulation during sleep and stronger erections in the morning. Testosterone also responds to consistency. When you take the powder every night, especially if it contains magnesium or ingredients that support deep sleep, your hormonal cycles become more stable. Improving sleep one night doesn't fix anything. Improving sleep every night begins to shift your hormonal set point. Testosterone rises higher in the early morning hours and cortisol remains lower at night. These changes only happen through repetition. As the hormonal environment stabilizes, morning erections become more frequent and more firm because the body is operating with stronger internal balance. Consistency also reduces the impact of chronic stress on the body. Stress is not something that goes away instantly, it builds and lingers. The nightly routine teaches the brain and nervous system to slow down at the same time each evening. Over weeks, this creates a calming pattern that lowers cortisol levels more easily. As stress drops and relaxation deepens, the blood vessels in the pelvis remain more open and responsive. Erections depend heavily on this relaxed state. Without consistency, the nervous system stays tense and uncooperative. With consistency, it becomes more supportive of sexual function. Another critical reason consistency matters is the gradual restoration of nutrient levels. Many men over 50 are depleted in magnesium, nitrates, and amino acids like L-arginine. These deficiencies cannot be corrected with occasional use. They require nightly rebuilding. As the body refills these nutrient stores, it becomes more capable of producing nitric oxide and supporting steady blood flow. Each night you take the powder, you strengthen your internal foundation a little more. When all these small improvements come together day after day, the results become unmistakable. Morning erections return with more reliability, firmness improves, energy feels better, confidence rises. This transformation isn't sudden, it's the result of consistent nightly support that allows your body to operate the way it was meant to. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum is what gives men over 50 the biggest changes in their sexual vitality and overall well-being. This simple bedtime routine supports sexual performance, energy, and overall male vitality in a way that feels natural, sustainable, and rooted in the body's biological rhythms. Many men believe that improving their sexual health requires drastic measures, strong medications, invasive treatments, or complicated health plans, but the truth is that the male body responds incredibly well to subtle, consistent support. A nightly powder designed to enhance blood flow, improve sleep, balance stress hormones, and nourish nitric oxide production becomes a foundation for overall vitality, not just better morning erections. What happens inside the body during sleep influences how a man feels, performs, and functions the next day, and men over 50 benefit tremendously from routines that strengthen these nighttime repair cycles. Sexual performance begins with healthy circulation. Erections are essentially a blood flow event, and anything that improves vascular health improves sexual health. The ingredients in the nighttime powder do exactly that by gently widening blood vessels, increasing oxygen flow, relaxing smooth muscles, and nourishing the inner lining of the arteries. Instead of forcing an erection artificially, this routine restores the body's natural ability to create one. Over several weeks, men often notice stronger firmness, longer lasting erections, and a renewed sense of responsiveness because the blood vessels have become healthier, more flexible, and more efficient at delivering blood where it's needed. Energy levels also improve because better sleep and enhanced circulation affect the entire body. Deep, uninterrupted sleep strengthens the immune system, improves cognitive function, supports metabolic health, and boosts testosterone, the hormone responsible for energy, strength, drive, and confidence. When your nights become restorative, your days feel lighter and more productive. You wake up refreshed, with better mental clarity and physical vitality. Many men underestimate how much low energy is tied to poor sleep and weakened blood flow. By improving both, this nighttime habit naturally elevates energy without the jolting effects of caffeine or stimulants. Stress reduction is another major benefit of this routine. Men over 50 often carry significant tension from decades of responsibilities, work pressure, financial concerns, and physical aging. High stress drains libido, weakens erections, and diminishes enjoyment of intimacy. The calming ingredients in the nighttime powder help quiet the nervous system before sleep, allowing cortisol levels to drop and the parasympathetic rest and repair system to take over. With time, this reduces the stress burden on the body and creates a more peaceful internal environment. A relaxed nervous system is essential for healthy erections and satisfying intimacy. When the mind is calm, the body responds more fully. Overall, male vitality is not just about sexual function, it's about strength, confidence, stamina, and emotional balance. By supporting blood flow, hormones, sleep, and stress, this routine elevates all areas of male wellness. Men often report feeling younger, more capable, more confident, and more connected to their physical selves. This is because the routine strengthens the systems that decline with age, but can be rebuilt with proper support. The nightly powder becomes more than a supplement, it becomes a signal to the body that it is time to heal, restore, and regenerate. Over time, this creates a powerful transformation that men can feel every morning, every day, and in every part of their life. As we come to the end of this message, remember that the solutions for stronger morning erections and renewed male vitality are not hidden in complicated routines or extreme interventions. They lie in understanding your body, respecting its rhythms, and giving it the support it has quietly needed for years. And does not diminish a man's worth, strength, or masculinity. What changes is the body's demand for nourishment, rest, and consistency. When you take the right powder before bed, you're not trying to force anything unnatural. You're simply allowing your system to perform the way it was always designed to. You're strengthening blood flow, calming the nervous system, rebuilding hormonal balance, and supporting the deep sleep that your masculinity depends on. Every night becomes an opportunity to restore what time has taken. Every morning becomes a reminder of the power you still possess. This is not about turning back the clock. It's about working with your biology to unlock the energy, vitality, and confidence that are still within you. So commit to the process, stay consistent, and honor the incredible capability of your body. Give it what it needs at night, and it will reward you every morning with strength, resilience, and a renewed sense of manhood. Your best days are not behind you. They are waiting to rise with you at sunrise.